What's going on YouTube? Crypto Matrix here, coming at you with another cryptocurrency stream. And guys, the Bitcoin price is about to make a move. Definitely a pattern playing out right before our eyes, guys. There's a lot to go over in the price action and several other coins I'm going to dive into today, including Electroneum and Chainlink. And hey, let's check out Polkadot. That's one we haven't talked about yet on the channel. Definitely something that a lot of people are interested in, guys. If you're not subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button, and I'm going to dive right into the price action. Okay guys, so there's definitely a lot of interesting patterns playing out right now, and even some conflicting signals if you're inexperienced, but guys, it really tells a very clear story by the end. But let's go over all the different patterns which actually played out within the last week. It's actually really quite interesting. So let's check it out. So guys, right here we have an inverse head and shoulders, okay? Shoulder, head, and then another shoulder, okay guys? And then you measure that right up here. Okay, point of breakout. I'm gonna make that white for you guys so it's easy to see. And then you measure that from the resistance down to the head. Okay, and then your target, assuming we broke out like right here, would be all the way up over $60,000. But we also have a head and shoulders playing out, which is a conflicting pattern. Okay. So for instance, shoulder, head, and shoulder, okay? And then we measured that from right here, okay? And then one more pattern still playing out. We have a W formation right here, okay guys? And then that's measured from right here through here. Okay, and then we had the breakout right there. Okay, that's how you measure that. And that one's basically already hit. So it's very interesting that we've actually played all of these targets out, except for the negative side. For instance, we didn't play out the head and shoulders, but we played out the other two so far. And it looks like we're about to get, say, a breakout, for instance, on the inverse head and shoulders. But what's really interesting, guys, is there's still more information which leads me to believe that this is going to break out to the upside. And here's I'm going to talk about it right now. For instance, another pattern's playing out. Do you see it? Let's draw it out for you right here. Okay, so I'm going to make this yellow. We have an ascending triangle. Now we're definitely like teetering around breaking out right now, guys. That's what's really exciting. Ascending triangles tend to break out to the upside by 70%, okay? So there's definitely a high potential that we're either about to get a breakout very imminently, or we're going to break down back down towards the bottom of this triangle here, in which case we would have to be looking in case we get a breakout to the negative side, breaking through this what was support of the W formation, even previous support of what was all-time highs, you know, recently. Obviously not the 58,000, but before that, this was definitely a big area of resistance now turned into support. So we have to be watching that, guys, and we have to look for the confirmations. That's the key. Confirmations are key in making trades, okay? So things I look for are like the EMAs. I talk about the EMAs constantly. Okay, the crossing of the EMAs is a strong indicator of polar price movement. Okay, so in all honesty, guys, I've been long ago. I got in way down here at 43,000. Okay, just to be honest with you guys, here and here and here, I've been longing, doubling down, tripling down. And guys, if we break out here, I will quadruple down and go long for a fourth time. Okay, guys, and yes, I've been taking some profits along the way, but in general, with leverage trade, you want to lock in as much profits. And guys, when you're just starting out, locking in profits is actually pivotal, okay? Because you don't want to end up in a negative position quickly, okay? But that's what I'm looking at in the Bitcoin price action right now, guys. And even one more solid confirmation. So again, remember this pattern that we talked about in several videos ago, okay? And then the target for it. Okay, so all the way down here, then measured from top to bottom here. Okay, point of breakout, notice we have all of these targets up here. And that's why, guys, when I zoom out here and I move over, I have a target painted right up here for you guys. And that's where I'm expecting this price action to be over the next week, to be honest with you guys. If it breaks down to the downside, I'm expecting the price action to be down here. So just so you understand, I'm not 100%ing saying it's going up. It looks like it's going to break up based on pattern and chart analysis, but we have to play it as it goes. So for instance, that's why I like to tell people and my students, for instance, to play the breakouts. Okay, play the breakouts. The breakouts are pivotal. And then what you're looking for in the breakout is the confirmations, an hourly close above the resistance or below the support if you're going short, okay? Or, you know, look at the EMAs, ride the Bollinger Bands. Use those indicators to your full capabilities so that you can actively make accurate trades, okay, guys? All right, moving right along. So remember that we had this big target back here out of this breakout. Okay, right here, which got all the way up to here. And then I moved a box all the way over to here as a target because it could play up to the very top or to the target. So basically anywhere in this area here. And what's really interesting is we are reaching up to it right now. We are about to reach up into the target zone, which is extremely exciting out of this big pattern. So guys, I think that's definitely an awesome indication that we're having multiple patterns that are showing the same kind of target. Let me go back to the other screen. So again, if that pattern was actually in play, drawn in like that, this, okay, and then the target measured from point of breakout. It's just very interesting. It tells a very interesting story. And then we have one more pattern left in play, guys, which I haven't drawn out for you guys yet, and I wanted to ask, do you see it? Do you see the pattern right here? It's very clear as day, guys. We have an ascending triangle. I love these patterns. These always tend to play out nicely for me, okay? And it's beautiful because it's a nice breakout pattern, okay? And it almost interlines. I'm actually going to make this yellow just to make it a little bit more visible. Look at that. Tighten it up a little bit. There. And look at how the resistance line for the patterns and this box of area resistances is coming into play. So I think, guys, a breakout is imminent. Either a breakout or a little bit of a reversal towards the bottom of this ascending triangle, in which case we have to watch for, breakout down there if that happens. But guys, this is exactly what I'm looking for in trades. Now, just for transparency, guys, I've been long, since 43,000. I've been doubling down, tripling down. And, guys, I just really understand this at this point. And guys, a breakout to the upside would just be continuing the pattern in bullish. But even if we broke, say, all the way down to down here and hit this target and then bounce, say, extending this trend line, as long as we get a bounce here, I'd still be bullish, guys. And yes, that would suck for all the longs, but guys, there would be no reason to not have your stop loss very bumped up like I do in case of some kind of something horrible. Like, for instance, I want to lock in my profits. I don't want to get stomped out or not have moved up my stop loss. That's just silly. You obviously want to start with a stop loss in there, and then, guys, once you're in the profit, bump it up, to break even or in a slight positive gain in case there's a flash wick or something. Which, yeah, you could get wicked out and get a small 1 or 2%, which sucks when you have 20 or 30%, obviously. But it's obviously better than losing any money or making a negative trade. So again, guys, this is as simple as it gets. This is a breakout video, all right? Something is about to happen, okay? It's about to happen right now. If we get a confirmation close, like an hourly candle close, like the body closing above This point of resistance is an epic time to go long over on Bybit, guys. And if you're not signed up to Bybit, do check the description below. It has a link for you guys to sign up, and there's just many awesome benefits to signing up through my link, guys. You can get up to $200 right now, I believe, in sign-up bonuses just for signing up with my link. And guys, that's what I'm looking for in the price action right now. I like to keep it real simple for you guys. I hope you guys are making hand over fist money. I can see in the comments many of you are already, which is epic. Guys, these are just amazing times in cryptocurrency. You've got to be capitalizing on these potential profits. And guys, there's a couple other coins I wanted to go over real briefly. Let's dive into them now. All right, guys, so we have Ethereum here. And I have a couple things going on here. We obviously have an inverse head and shoulders playing out, but we're also in a horizontal triangle. So there was a lot of fear in Electroneum for a minute because we were kind of teetering towards the bottom of this long wedge, which has been, holding since the beginning of the year. Since we pumped up past, $1,000. So basically, once it got down here, everyone was kind of worried, to be honest. It was almost like breaking a supposed trend, if we could force one in. But we didn't, you got to understand, we didn't see this bottom yet. So for instance, the trend looked something like that at first. And then when it broke right down to there, everyone was like, oh shit, did we just break trend? This could be horrible news. And, lo and behold, the reality is, guys, Ethereum is an amazing project. And in a bull market, we're going to pump and bounce. I mean, come on, guys. We're not at the top yet. I mean, that's just obvious. So, again, guys, inverse head and shoulders, playing this large wedge. Like, for instance, I actually took a short here up at $2,000. I'm like, we're getting a lot of pressure in. And the volume came in negatively. And just a drop down. I actually caught it. I'm talking about 15 minutes prior. 15 minutes prior, guys. I'm going to turn on my camera for a second just so you can see my face for a second. 15 minutes prior to this dumping. All right, guys, so an amazing short. I actually took profit right at this major support zone here. Okay, this was like the previous high up at like $14,000 right before it pumps. So that's a major area of support. Also nearing the bottom of this trend. Guys, lock in your profits. If you don't lock them in, you don't get as much. For instance, if you were just sitting in the short, you lost half your profit. Okay? So if you got in here short, took your profit there at 27% with 10x leverage, that's 270% and change. 272%. Okay? Big gain. If you held it till now, you barely made 120%. Okay, guys? So understand locking in profits is pivotal in the leverage game. Okay? It's really important. Okay, so again, I took the long at the breakout right here. I actually played it pretty safe. There was a lot of fear going on. Yeah, normally I'd play my pattern. But, the breakout is always the safer option, guys. And that's what a lot of people are doing these days is they play breakouts. Breakouts are something that is solidifying, saying a price action is moving in that direction. And there's many indicators here, and we go over them all the time. The EMAs, the Bollinger Bands, or one primings, the Stoch RSI. There's many different indicators you can use to get an accurate intel of what's going to happen in the price action. So, for instance, right here, once we broke the resistance here in the pattern, I went long, and I'm still riding this currently right now, watching to see how it plays out, or if some new pattern starts to jump out at me, guys. That's what you have to do. Now, for instance, I have bumped up my stop loss, so no matter what, if I were to have a line right here just showing a stop loss, I'm right here. So, for instance, from my buy, we're only 3%. So if I get stomped out at 3%, I make at least 3% with 10x leverage. That is 36%, guys, 36.4. Okay. So an amazing trade, even if I get stomped out, guys. And that's the beauty of this, guys. When you understand the patterns and the candles and all the little things, it tells a nice story for you, and it makes it really readily apparent where you should be entering your position. Some of my newer students, for instance, they always ask me, how do I know when to enter? How do I know? That's exactly how, guys. You play the breakout. You wait for the confirmation of the closes, okay? Especially if it's an hourly, okay? And notice you can get that big body forming up. That's the sign of the breakout, okay? But yes, they do have things called fakeouts, guys. That's why they call them that. You got to watch for a big candle up and then a big dump down. For instance, maybe a bearish engulfing flat out. That would be showing, oh, this is quickly reversing in the candles. And that's things you guys can learn to read, okay? You got to learn to read that stuff. I got to be transparent here, guys. You know, putting out just patterns for you guys, you know, that's it's hard to read just that. You've got to understand there's so much more indicators which actually tell the story. Patterns are an extremely helpful pattern. That's not, please hear that the right way. You need your patterns. You need all that stuff. It's just, you can't just play off of one thing alone. You've got to read the whole story, okay? So for instance, you know, you pull up your EMAs, even just the polar opposites, the 20 and the 55, you know, it tells a very clear story. The EMAs crossed right here at around 1534 and have not come close since. All right, they're so far apart at this point, and they're continuing to move up until we get a big price action dump below the EMA 20. You know, you can almost say this is a safe trade easily, especially if you're long. Even if you're long here, anywhere. Say like you even just got long right at my stop loss. Late, chasing the dragon, as I say. Until you get a pullback past the EMA 20, you're in safe territory. Understand how it works, okay? And then say like you get rid of those. You pull up your Bollinger Bands, another excellent tool. You guys notice on my channel, I say ride the wave. Ride the wave. I'm talking about the bands, the Bollinger Bands, okay? They tell their own story. Forget the patterns again for a second, guys. Look at the bands. Once we broke the median, we rode the wave up. Yes, we broke the median for a split second, got a bounce off the bottom Bollinger Band. This also shows, you know, a good representation of price action movement as well. And you'll notice several things with Bollinger Bands, other than just the, you know, the median, the polar extremes. You'll notice consolidation periods. You'll notice breakout periods, okay? When you see the Bollinger Bands tightening up, it's indicating a breakout is coming, very simply, okay? And it's not always like that, but a lot of times it is, okay? And when a breakout is happening, you see a massive expansion and a riding of the wave, and that's what you see, you know? And say like you just played off of the Bollinger Band, say when it broke median, okay, and went oversold for a minute there, you could have went short and obviously nailed some amazing profits, guys. But again, I like to compile different indicators, not 40 at once so you're just left with the gobbledygook. You know, put up what you're looking at, get an accurate representation, put them out there, put your next one in, factor in a decision accurately. And guys, that's how you trade and make good profits, guys. It's that simple. So guys, that's what I think is going on with Ethereum. And guys, that's how you ride the waves. Just watch for actual breaks in the median. Watch for them to ride the tops or ride the bottoms. And you can clearly see it in the price action. It's almost like the EMA is an extremely helpful tool, guys. I'm not going to give you the freaking dictionary definition of Bollinger Bands at this point, but guys, an amazing, amazing tool. Now, guys, I want to talk about a few other coins. I'm going to disappear off the screen here. Okay, guys, so another extremely popular coin on my channel, Electroneum. Everybody loves Electroneum. And there's so many reasons why. I mean, this coin is doing so many good things for so many people. Its coin economics is just amazing. It's getting stronger every day. And since I first started reporting on it back at 0018, we have just been moving upwards, guys. It's incredible. And again, a beautiful sign. As I said in my last video, we're still in this ascending triangle, and a breakout is just getting closer and closer. We're tightening up. Let's just bring up the Bollinger Band. So like, for instance, what we just talked about. We're tightening up. We're tightening up, guys. A breakout is imminent. It's going to happen. We're either going to coil down this wedge a little bit further and break out one way or the other, okay? Remember, ascending wedges do tend to break to the upside. So if we took that measurement from top of wedge to base of wedge or price action, to point of potential breakout, guys, we could easily see another 0.016 again. And look, that matches the previous top, basically. Guys, gosh, it's like reading a book to me at this point. I hope you guys are just having hand over fist great times. Okay, I don't even know how to say this anymore. It's just epic. These are biblical times. I've been scooping up Electroneum left and right. And, oh man, it's just incredible for me. It's just going so well. You know, I don't see any weird thing coming with Electroneum, like an exit scam or a big dump. I couldn't see Richard else doing that. He seems like just such a genuine person and really helping out people in a good way. You got to understand, people that are helping out people and, you know, giving back, they're not going to pull the rug out from under you because they care about you. And I think that's a very strong fact that a lot of people need to realize in the Electroneum community. This is a coin that's giving back. That means we're not going to have a lot of extreme volatile price action in the first 5 years. And to be honest, guys, if you're not happy with the 10x, the 10x again, and you know the 7x in the last 6 months, then I don't know what to say to you. I mean, those are incredible profits. You know, even if you only took 25% at the top or took nothing at the top, even if you just wrote it, you're up 480%. I mean, guys, let's be real here. This coin is going places. Don't be one of the people that cash out for pennies when it only costed you small amounts of money to get in. Evaluate your risk versus reward. If it doesn't cost you much risk and the reward could be high, you stay involved. And guys, I can't stress it enough. This coin will have a moon day, and it's going to be a lot bigger than we all think. A lot bigger. I actually love the way it's been playing out because it's looking good on the charts. And the weak hands are getting weeded out. I always talk about it, but it's true. The weak hands are getting weeded out. And good, say goodbye. Because when we moon up more than we've already have, you know, it's going to be just a great time to talk about it. And we'll all be talking about it, that's for sure. So guys, that's what I'm looking at in Electroneum, just very simply, okay? I like to keep it just short and sweet here, okay? But just a couple little patterns that played out within, and actually nicely played out. If you look at the measurement, target, I mean, it's just nicely hit. It's beautiful the way it tells such a nice story. And another reason, so just even out of this horizontal triangle here, you know, the breakout didn't quite get up there, but maybe with this breakout we will close this one, you know. So it's interesting how we have a lot of targets up here, and I hope they actually just all come into fruition over the next few weeks at least, or a few days. It could be even the next few days, guys. It's imminent. Breakout is imminent. Let's be real. All right, guys, and let's talk about one other coin here. Let me find it here. Looking for Chainlink. And Chainlink, okay, guys, I haven't marked this one up for you guys yet. Let's just play the wedge here for a second. Wedge playing as a good support right now. We topped out at around $36. And I've seen a lot of questions online, like what's gonna be more popular, Polkadot or Chainlink? Which is gonna hit $50 first? And to be honest, right now the popular vote seems to be Polkadot. But I'm a hardcore Link fan. You know, I voted Link. So I'm in the smaller percentage here. I won't lie to you guys. I am extremely bullish on Link. I've been riding this coin since under $1. And I will not look back. I will not sell out. This coin's going to impress everybody and continue to surge up. You know, we're talking $100 maybe before the end of the year. And I'm actually going a little bit more bullish there than normal. I was thinking, you know, 50 to 70 originally. But I'm actually leaning more towards bullish right now. And guys, again, you know, what do we see? I mean, it's just beautiful. Clear as day reads. Okay? Clear as day. Make that yellow. I think we're about to just get breakouts of epic proportions all across the board, guys. It's just looking so good all over the place. You know, you gotta really just factor it all in. This is the time for crypto. You know, everything's looking really good. I'm not just trying to push it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. And honestly, guys, you got to really analyze the charts. And for instance, that's why I say play the breakout only. If we break out above this, you know, resistance, or if we, you know, start to break down, then you can play in the EMAs. Look and see if we get a cross down. Go to the smaller time frame, for instance. You know, watch for a crossing. You can even go down to the 5 minute if you're looking to really scalp. You're watching these trades, is what I'm saying there. You're watching every second. But in reality, guys, I always train people to take the breakouts, and what I'm getting at here is just a lot of coins are lining up. And guys, one other coin that you guys have been talking about and just has been among the chatter among the internet waves lately has been Polkadot. So just a coin which has basically blown up, you know, from under $1 to up over $30. And that's why it's compared to Chainlink right now. They had the same kind of run going up. You got to think. It's 522% in 70 days, guys. That's a big gain, and at the peak, it's even more. So, guys, what do I see? What's going on with it right now? I'm just going to be real short with it, guys. It's actually the first time I'm looking at Polkadot on the graph, so you're going to be literally seeing what I see here. So again, just this is what's jumping out at me. Not only trend, but possible pattern. Okay. So let's see if we get a breakout pretty soon. In which case, it will either be a breakout to the downside. For instance, the EMA 20 will cross the EMA 55, and we will get a solidified close below this mark, in which case, you know, that means the price is going to be going down there. Okay. And if I'll be looking for a breakout to the upside if we get through this resistance with an hourly close, okay? And then I'll be looking for it to go up. Now, guys, I'm not going to be pushing you to buy this one right now just because I just don't know enough about it, but there is a lot of hype going on Polkadot right now. It definitely seems like something worth researching, okay? I'm going to say that. And understand it is up 500 and some % this year, as you can see in the 52-week range, $2 all the way up to $42. So this, you know, this has had some major gains already, guys. Let's be real. Okay, so, you know, do your research on this one if you're thinking about diving into it. But I actually am going to be buying some of this in the next week, especially if it dips a little bit lower again. But I might be forced to buy some soon if it doesn't drop down, or for instance, touch back towards this bottom of the pattern. So, but I will be buying a little bit of this myself. Now I'm going to warp in right here. Guys, things are just really lining up on the charts. For instance, many coins showing many bullish patterns right now. Lots of hype about cryptocurrency. Like, for instance, March is historically a very bad month for crypto. And, you know, we're not dumping. We're not dumping yet. And, you know, it's looking pretty decent. So, you know, I don't like to go too far as say, you know, it's just going to go up right now. But I think we're moving up. And so far, you know, I've been right. So I think we just had a big retracement, you know, almost 30%. I think we're going to kind of be moving up towards 60 now at this point, if I had to put a pin on it. And then, you know, maybe break into 70 and then maybe another pullback, maybe something a little bigger then, maybe a bigger pullback then. But again, not the top. And I think that's just the volatility that comes with crypto, guys. And I understand if you're new to crypto that seems extreme. But guys, you see the memes, you see the videos on YouTube, all the people on the roller coaster. Guys, it's a reality. Okay, this isn't easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. And remember, you're still part of the early innovation, even though the price just pumped from 9 to, you know, over just about $50,000, guys. You got to understand, it's still early. Institutions are still jumping on board. The big players are still jumping on board. Your investment could, you know, say like you invested $1,000 in Bitcoin or Ethereum, it could easily turn into much more. And guys, with things like leverage trade, it's just incredible how you can really squeeze profits from nothing. And guys, that's what I offer in my classes. So I'll just, you know, put it out there again, guys. If you're looking to become a student, inbox me today at bitcoindestar@gmail.com. We are just having a blast. It is so much fun discovering your financial freedom. And it's just readily apparent for everyone to see. I make this fun. I make this easy. I show you the tips and tricks that it took me many years to just obtain over trial and error. And guys, I have you jumping off by, you know, hour 5 if you're ready. And the reason I say it like that is because every single person is different. It's my job to, you know, assess you on the fly and make sure, you know, that you can actually do this, you know, because the reality is it's difficult. It's volatile. It's something people aren't used to, and for most of you, it is learning something new, and it is the most aggressive form of trading, I believe. But the reality is, guys, I'm just going to be transparent here. It has changed my life. Leverage trading is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and if you can master it, man, you can squeeze profits all the time, guys. So again, if you want to become a student, I suggest a minimum of 5 hours at this point, guys. It's just you need at least 5 hours to replicate what we do. You can't expect to just jump off after an hour. Maybe if you're experienced, that's true, but in general, guys, you know, plan for at least 5 hours. I have up to 40 hours of content for you guys. And again, like, all the students are just making profits. Some are still in that jump off point. But again, the ones that are putting down real funds, all in massive profits, easily made more than what they've given me back, for instance, at this point. And, you know, guys, that is the beauty of this. When you discover your financial freedom, you feel so freaking free. It's the best. That's all I can say, guys. And you know, this is only the beginning in cryptocurrency. You know, there's only room to the upside, guys. And you know, remember, if you don't come from a rich family must come from you. And with cryptocurrency, I make it as easy as riding that wave. Guys, that's all the time I have for today. I am Crypto Matrix. I'll catch you guys later.